Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning to everyone. So today our group will present a study entitled Central Bank Digital Currency and Cross-Border Trade Efficiency, a comparative analysis of China, Sweden and Nigeria. So this is our group member. My name is Ni Ahmad Faris bin Ahmad Farid. The background of this study is the rapid growth of the digital economy as international trade becomes more digitalized. Efficient payment systems are increasingly important. However, traditional cross-border payment systems still face several problems. First, transaction costs are often high because payments pass through multiple intermediaries. Second, the settlement process are slow and make the several days. Third, the involvement of many financial institutions reduce transparency and efficiency. To address the challenges, many countries have started exploring central bank digital currency, or we call it CBDC. So CBDC is a digital form of currency issued and regulated by a country's central bank. Unlike cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, CBDCs are government-backed and recognized as legal tender. Therefore, they provide greater stability, security and trust for users. Research objective. The objective of this study are fourfold. First, to examine the development of CBDCs in China, Sweden and Nigeria. Second, to analyze how CBDC influence cross-border trade efficiency through faster and more cost-effective payment systems. Third, to compare the opportunities and challenges faced by these countries in implementing CBDCs. Finally, to provide policy recommendations that can help improve the effectiveness of CBDCs in supporting international trade. I will now pass the presentation to Present 2 for the methodology section.
Hi everyone, my name is Chen Yi. I will talk about methodology. This study uses a comparative qualitative research approach. Instead of collecting primary data through surveys or interviews, the study relies on secondary data from reputable international sources. The main sources include the International Monetary Fund or IMF, the World Bank, the Bank for International Settlements or BIS, the World Trade Organization or WTO, and official reports from central banks. 3 countries were selected for comparison. China was chosen because it is global leader in CBDC development through the ECNY. Sweden was selected because it is one of the most digitally advanced countries and is developing the e-economy. Nigeria was chosen because it was the first American country to launch a CBDC, known as the Anori. Comparing these countries allows us to understand how CBDCs perform under different economic and technological conditions. Thank you.
Next, for this part, China analysis. Before I start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Akbar Ali, and okay, China analysis (ECNY). China is widely recognized as the global leader in CBDC development through its digital yuan, known as the ECNY. The Chinese government has strongly supports this initiative and conducts extensive pilot programs across major cities. One of important feature of the ECNY is its involvement in Project Enbridge, which aim to facilitate cross-border payment using a CBDC technology. Other features include faster settlement process, smart contract capabilities, and offline payment functions. China also benefits from a higher development digital ecosystem. Around 92% of the population use the internet and digital payment such as Alipay and WeChat Pay are already widely adopted. These factors create a strong foundation for successful CBDC implementations. Next, for the China critical analysis, China's success can be explained by several factors. First, the country has strong institutional support from the government and central banks. Second, is China has a very large economy, allowing significant investment in digital infrastructure and innovations. For the third, China possesses advanced technology and highly digitalized populations. And lastly is China view CBDC as a part of the border strategy to strengthen global trade competitiveness. As a result, the e-China helps reduce transaction costs, enable faster settlement, and decrease reliance on correspondent banking network. This improve efficiency in international trade and strengthen China's positions in the global digital economy.
Next, Sweden analysis. E-krona. My name is Muhammad Irsyad. I will continue this analysis. Sweden is one of the most digitally advanced country in the world and has one of the lowest level of cash usage. The Swedish Central Bank introduced the e-krona project to prepare for a future digital economy. Unlike China, Sweden CBDC remains in the pilot phase and has not yet been fully implemented. The main objective of the e-krona are to maintain monetary sovereignty, strengthen financial resilience, and ensure secure digital payment. Sweden's strength include a 95.5% internet penetration rate, advanced payment system, and strong institutional quality. This condition provide an excellent environment for future CBDC adoption. Next is Sweden critical analysis. Sweden CBDC development has progressed more slowly than China. The main reason is that Sweden already has highly efficient digital payment system, particularly Swish, which is widely used throughout the country. As a result, there is less urgency to introduce a new payment solution. Instead, Sweden focuses on maintaining monetary stability and ensuring that citizens continue to have access to central bank money in an increasingly cashless society. The key contribution of Sweden approach is financial resilience, institutional stability, and strong digital readiness. This demonstrates that CBDC can serve broader policy goal beyond payment efficiency alone.
My name is Adha. I will talk about Nigeria analysis, e-Naira. Nigeria became the first African country to launch a CBDC through the introduction of the e-Naira in 2021. The main objective were to improve financial inclusion, reduce remittance costs, and encourage digital payments. However, Nigeria faces several challenges. These include weak digital infrastructure, low public trust, high inflation, and currency depreciation. Although the e-Naira was launched successfully, adoption rates remain relatively low because many users prefer alternative digital assets and lack confidence in the domestic currency. This shows that technological innovation alone is not enough to guarantee CBDC success. Next, I will talk about cross-country comparison. When comparing the three countries, several differences become clear. China has the most advanced CBDC program and focus on improving trade efficiency. Sweden remains in the pilot stage and prioritizes monetary stability and financial resilience. Nigeria has already launched the e-Naira but continues to face adoption challenge. Internet penetration also varies significantly. Sweden records the highest rate at 95.5%, followed by China at 92%, while Nigeria records only 47%. Overall, the findings show that China is the most advanced, Sweden is the most stable, and Nigeria faces the greatest implementation challenge.
Hello everyone, I'm Zoe Jin. Policy recommendation. Based on your policy, several policy recommendations can be proposed for China. The government should continue expand policy may bidding and empowered interoperability with other natural CBDC system for Sweden policymaker should strengthen the legal framework for the corona and increase cooperation with the European payment network for Nigeria. Efforts should for on improving internet infrastructure, enhancing financial literacy, and encouraging greater adoption for the network at the international level. Countries should cooperate to develop common standards that support secure and efficient cross-border CBDC adjunctions. Thank you.
In conclusion, CBDCs have significant potential to improve cross-border trade efficiency. They can reduce transaction costs, accelerate settlement process, and decrease reliance on traditional banking in intermediaries. However, the success of CBDCs depends on several important factors, including digital infrastructure, economic stability, public trust, and strong government support. Among the 3 countries studied, China demonstrates the most successful implementation. Sweden highlights the importance of the monetary stability, and Nigeria illustrates the challenges faced by the developing economies. Therefore, CBDCs should not be viewed as a universal solution but as a tool whose effectiveness depends on the economy and institutional environment. Thank you for your attention. That's all from me.